Welcome to the Curious Adventurer Show.
I am Miss Allison, and I must have my notebook when I'm exploring.
I am Miss Amber, and when I go on an adventure, I like to bring my backpack.
I am Miss Katrina, and when I am on an adventure, I always have my map.
I'm Miss Keon, and when I explore, I always bring my magnifying glass.
And I am Miss Hillary. I don't go anywhere without my compass. As curious adventurers, together we will visit ancient East Asian civilizations, learn tricky word patterns, and follow the adventures of the Cat Bandit. We hope you come get curious with us.
Good morning, boys and girls. We are so happy to have you all here with us today. My name is Mrs. Allison, and this is Miss Katrina. We're going to be your teachers for today. These are the Mississippi College and Career Readiness Standards we will be covering today. Before we begin our lesson, we're going to unscramble some sentences. If something is scrambled, it is all mixed up. When we unscramble something, we put it back in the right order. You can see that the different parts of a scrambled sentence are here on the board. What would give you a clue to find the first word of the sentence? Did you say a capital letter? You are correct. The capital letter gives us a clue that this will be our first word in the sentence. This word is where. Where is a question word. Now let's look at our other words that we have. We have the words the, was, ham. What word do you think would go next after our word where? If you said was, you're correct. We would put our verb next. Where was? Now we ask ourselves the question, where was what? We have the words the and ham left. Which word would make sense to come next in our sentence? You got it, the word the. Where was the what? Ham, great job. Now boys and girls, what kind of sentence is this? Where was the ham? That's right, it's asking a question. So we need a punctuation mark at the end of this sentence. Do you know what that would be? A question mark. Awesome. Now we've started our sentence with the capital letter and we've ended it with the punctuation mark. Let's read the sentence together again. Will you read it with us, Miss Katrina?
Sure.
Where was the ham? Good job. Let's do one more, just for practice. The words that we have here that are scrambled are the, it, to, pan, stuck. What was our clue to decide what our beginning word will be for the sentence? Yep, capital letter. So the word it has a capital letter. So we're going to start our sentence with the word it. Now, think about it what? What word do you think would make sense to come next? What did it do? That's right, it stuck. Stuck is our verb. So we are going to add the word stuck as our next word. It stuck. It stuck to what? Good job. I heard you say the word to. It stuck to. Now, what did it stick to? That's right, the pan. Let's read our sentence together and decide what type of sentence this is. It stuck to the pan. Is that a question or is that a statement? Yes, it's a statement. So what type of punctuation mark will we need? A period. Good job. Let's read it one more time now. It stuck to the pan. Great job. All right, if you have paper, pencil, and a red marker, pen, or crayon, go ahead and grab those things now. If you don't have these things, that's okay. You can just follow along with us. Our learning goals for today are to read and write alternative spellings for the J and the V sounds, and to read the tricky words that we have previously learned. During our lesson, we will focus on spelling alternatives for consonant sounds that you will find most frequently at the end of words. The J and the G are outlined in red because we have previously learned that the J makes the J sound, as in jump, and G makes the J sound, as in gym. Here is one of our new spelling cards, G-E. It makes the J sound, as in the word fringe. Notice that the J sound made by the G-E is at the end of the word. Look at the power bar under G-E. What does that power bar tell us? The power bar tells us that if it is short, then it's probably not a very common spelling for that sound. If the power bar is long, then it is a more common spelling for that sound. Miss Katrina, what do you notice about the power bar under the GE?
I noticed that the power bar is very short. So that means GE is not used very often for the J sound.
That's correct. You will not see the letters GE used very often as a sound for the J. We will add the GE card to our individual code chart. If you have a red marker, pen, or crayon, you can draw a square on your paper and outline it and write the letters GE on your card. Let's look at the next new spelling card for today. This is the VE card. The VE card makes the V sound, just like the letter V. But again, notice that the spelling is at the end of the word. The word here is 12. Again, let's take a look at the power bar under VE to see what that tells us. Remind us again, Miss Katrina, what that power bar shows.
I noticed that the power bar is very short, so that means the VE spelling for V is not used very often.
That's correct. You will not see the VE spelling used for the V sound very often. We will add the VE card to our individual code chart for the V sound. Again, use your red marker or crayon, draw a square on your paper, and write VE in your square. Now, let's practice with our alternative spelling skills that we have learned today. If you would like to work along with us, go ahead and make sure you've got a piece of paper and a pencil. On your paper, you can draw a T-chart, like the one that we have here. That means you'll just draw a long line across the top and then a line down the center that makes a big T. On one side of your T-chart, you are going to put a J in slash marks, and on the other side you'll put a V in between the two slash marks. Remind us, Miss Katrina, what letters in between slash marks means.
The letters in between the slash marks represent the sounds.
That's right. So in this column, we have words that have the J sound. And in this column, we have words that have the V sound. You can do this along with us, or you can just follow along. Remember, we are learning a different or alternative spelling for J and V. Let's look at some words and identify the spelling for each sound. So this first word here, read it with me, boys and girls. Jumping. Good job. Did you hear the J sound in jumping? Where did you hear that sound? Was it at the beginning, the middle, or the end? If you said the beginning, great job. All right, Miss Katrina is going to circle the letter that makes the J sound. Do you agree that the J makes the J sound in jumping? Go ahead and write this on your paper and circle the J if you're working along with this. Now let's move over to the V side of our T-chart. This word is vast. Where do you hear the V sound in vast? That's right, it's at the beginning. Now, can you identify the letter that makes the V sound in vast? Go ahead and circle it on your paper. Miss Katrina, will you circle it on our T-chart? Did you circle the V on your paper? Great job. Don't worry, if you make a mistake, you can always just mark it out and correct it. All right, let's move on to our next word under the J sound. Read this word with me. Ready? Magic. Where did you hear the J sound in this word? The beginning, the middle, or the end? Magic. That's right, it's in the middle. Now think really hard. What letter makes the J sound in magic? Go ahead and circle it on your paper. All right, Miss Katrina, show the boys and girls what letter makes the J sound. Miss Katrina circled the G. Did you circle the G? If you did, go ahead and just kiss your brain. All right, let's move to the next word under the V column. Remember what we learned today. This word is, read it with me, 12. Did you hear the V sound? Was it at the beginning, the middle, or the end? 12. Circle the letter or letters on your paper that make the V sound. All right, Miss Katrina, let's see the answer. Miss Katrina circled the V and the E. Does your paper look like Miss Katrina's? Good job. We learned today that VE makes the V sound, and it comes at the end of the word. Now, let's do one more word under the J. I want you to read this word on your own. Decide what letter or letters make the J sound and circle it. Miss Katrina, read this word for the boys and girls.
Plunge.
Plunge. What letters did you circle that make the J sound? All right, let's check your paper. Go ahead, Miss Katrina. Did you circle the G and the E? This is one of our new spellings for today. And again, this is a spelling that usually comes at the end of a word. All right, last one under our V column. Put your thinking caps on for this. Read this word to yourself. Listen for the V sound, and then circle the letter or letters that make that sound. All right, boys and girls, this word is shelves. Where did you hear the V sound? What letter or letters did you circle? All right, let's check and see. Did you circle the V and the E? That is also one of our new spellings for the V sound today. Why would we not circle the S? That's right, because the S is added to the end to show us that it's talking about more than one shelf. It's shelves. Great job. Now it's time to read some tricky words. Remember that we call these tricky words because all or part of the word doesn't sound like we would expect it to sound. Don't let them trick you. The first tricky word is what? The letters WH are pronounced W, as we would expect. The letter T is pronounced T, also as we would expect. The tricky letter is A and is pronounced as The letter does not make the sound that we would expect. So this word is what. What is your name? The next tricky word is where. The letters WH are pronounced W, as we would expect. The letter R is pronounced also as we would expect. The tricky letters here are the two E's, and they are not pronounced like we would normally expect. We would think that the E in the middle is pronounced E, but it's actually pronounced So the word is where. Where are my shoes? The next tricky word is why. The letters WH are pronounced W, as we would expect. The tricky letter here is Y, and is pronounced I, not the long E sound that we would expect when Y is at the end of a word. So the word is why. Why are you crying? The next tricky word is the word from. The letter F is pronounced F, as we would expect. The letter R is pronounced as we would expect. The letter M is also pronounced as we would expect. So the tricky letter is O. Listen to the word from. What sound does that O make? That's right. It makes the sound. So this is not expected. The word is from. I can see you from here. Let's read all the tricky words together again. Will you read them with us, Miss Katrina?
Sure.
What? Where? Why? From. Good job, boys and girls. So just as a quick review, today you learned some alternate spellings for the J and the V sound. Do you remember where those alternate spellings are normally found in a word? Do you remember, Miss Katrina?
Yes, at the end of the word.
Yes. Normally, the VE and the GE are found at the end of words. I had so much fun today with you, boys and girls. You all did a really great job with the new spellings for J and V. And you did a great job reading those tricky words. Use what you've learned today and share it with someone at home. Thank you for helping us, Miss Katrina.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you again for coming to be with us today. All rights and credits from the lesson belong to Core Knowledge Language Arts. We would like to thank them for publicly sharing these materials. See you next time on the Curious Adventurers.